Hello and welcome back to more Collect All Pets. Today's video we're going over something that I was kind of messing up on when I first started getting into the mine, and it's these guys over here. Now these guys seem pretty straightforward when you're using them, but in reality they do different things, obviously, but drastically different things, and you want to be using them at different times. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, when I first was playing, I was always trying to use this one, which is not a bad thing, because it's only ×2, gives you 50% more stones, stuff like that. And then I would also be using like double strike and this triple strike if I could, switching like this when I was trying to get giants. But I found out that using these two to get giants is not the route to go. So what I mean by that is you should actually be using these two. How do I look up? I'm on my PC. But be using these two to get giants, and then these two down here are, and also I guess this one is, these are all for stones. Now, why I say you shouldn't be using these right away, the ×2 and ×3, instead of using the ×4 and ×5, is because when you first start mining in the mine on the common egg, this egg only gets a multiplier of 0.5 rebirth stones when you're mining it. So it doesn't give you that big of a boost. Now there's also other boosts that you can get on your stones, which is called careful cutting. These 3 upgrades here will give you an additional percentage. Now they're not that great at first, like I said, and it's because this base multiplier is only half for this egg. Once you get up to the uncommon eggs, then that's when you get a full ×1 boost. Now, once you get up here, it's ×1.5, and then ×2 for the epic egg. So, with that being said, what I can do to show you guys, well, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw these on. Like, let's say I wanted to go for giants, which is, this would be the wrong thing to do, and I'd put those on. If you can tell, right down here, 3,626 chance, 1 in 3,000 chance. So let's deactivate these now, and instead, with the same cost, because they're all ×10, ×10 for these 4 middle ones, just switching those two, same cost, it brought it down to 2,256 chance. So what I'm trying to do here, and also this one right here is a very good one to try to use. If you can't afford these two, this one's very good to start off with, because, let me show you. Where was I going? Oh, I was going to go in here. So 5,400 chance just for a ×5, and then if I switch it off, it goes up to like 3,000 chance. And then if I do this one, it's a little bit better, but it's also 5 times more the cost than the other one. But they're pretty similar, only like 1,000 chance off basically between these two. But this would be the next best one you'd want to use. So once you can afford this one, you want to use this one, and then switch to this one when you can afford it. So let me see, how much does it cost for the beginning egg? So your goal is you want to be able to use those higher ended boosts, or those overdrives. So yeah, $10 billion. So that would mean that you'd have to make like $50 or $5 billion a second in order to use this booster. But let's see here. When do you want to start using these ×2 and ×3, and also this one? Because using this one and these will actually help you get more stones, which sounds fantastic, but at first, guys, you don't get that many stones from this first egg. So it's kind of pointless to grind the rebirth stones on this egg. I would push my giants and my metallics until at least I can get to here. Or, I mean, I kind of even waited even longer, and I waited till I could get the times 1.5 boost for my stones. So your main priority is to use the ×5 and ×4 and the giant luck first. That will carry you through well, hold on, this is probably going to be a little bit too expensive for you guys, but these higher-ended ones will boost your giant chance so that you can fill out your decks, Pokédex. I'm just kidding, no, it's not Pokédex, but to fill out your giants so that it can boost your percentages, because as you can see, I'm missing one common giant, so I need one more to make that 100%. And then this is also affected by that first missing giant, this first missing common giant. And then I'm also missing 2 uncommon giants, I do believe. Let me see. Yeah, that one. Oh, I think I'm only missing one. Okay. I guess I'm just missing 1 uncommon giant. That's cool. Alright, but then you go once you get to blues, what you can do, and I'll show you, because right now I have let's see, this build right here has my giant chance boosted and a little bit of my double strikes boosted. Like, these will help you get giants, but they also help you get stones as well. This is very good as well, the increased mining speed, because it's every upgrade you put into here, it's 2 upgrades when you're considering the upgrades from over here for the base mining speed. So just upgrading, putting 1 vial into the mining speed in the lab will increase this by 2. As you can see, I have 8 upgrades in there, and it's giving me 0.16 of a boost, which puts me up to, it says right here, 0.8. So, with that all being said, once you guys go ahead and get all your giants kind of filled up and you're getting further, what you can do is start working on your mythical stones again. So this would be a good transition. This is not the right one. I want this one. So as you can tell, I got plus 32, plus 20, plus 15. And then I have a little bit of double strike extra boosted, because double strikes are good for well, double strikes and triple strikes are really good for mining stones. So what I'm going to do to show you guys is activate this, and then what I can also do is, obviously, I have a little bit of egg luck activated in this build, so I'm going to make sure my guys are getting mythicals, so it also helps out my stones while my generator's going. And then what you can also do is obviously get this really cheap titanium aura, and come over here and just watch how many stones I get from this. And actually, I think I have it messed up. Yeah, so I don't have it on the right one, because these won't give me as many stones. They'll give me more giants. So what I can do is, actually, I'll go ahead and activate these 3. It's pretty freaking expensive, but we'll try that. And then I can just show you guys how many stones I get when I hit this thing. And this will also, every mythical stone you mine from an egg, you get a pet score as well. So this is actually a very good way to boost your pet score. Mine's got up to 37,000 or 37 million. Oh, I didn't realize I hit $1 quintillion, but there's that. But as you can see, look how many stones that was. It gave me so many stones right there. And then obviously I have my generator going too, so it's also giving me stones. But this strategy is not as good, like I said, as if you're mining down here. So if I'm down here, look how many less stones I'm getting. I mean, I still get quite a bit because of I'm boosted, but you get so many more when you're just mining this blue. And actually, what we could do is we could try hitting this. This is a ×2 multiplier, so I can get even more stones. But you also have to think about the percentages. I'm only at 71%. So while I'm mining this, I'm only getting 29 or 28.3%, or I'm missing 28.3% of the time, which also takes away from how many stones I'm getting. So you have to keep that in consideration when you're trying to get these higher level eggs to mine these mythical stones. But this has helped me so much because I can take my mythical stones and then go back over here. Once I build a bunch of mythical stones up, I can start plugging it into here, into my chances more, so that I can mine them faster. What I would consider, and this is what I've always said because Alex said it, get these up to like 17% each. Once these are all at 17% each, go ahead and just stop doing mythical stones for a while. What you want to do is flip back to the build I started at, where I have more giant luck. You want to go for giant luck and double strike and stuff, to get your giant decks filled out so that you can get to the further eggs to mine the mythical stones you need. That's kind of the strategy, is use these higher ones first. Ignore this one. This one's not that important until you get into probably a little bit later in the game. I would say maybe even wait on it for a while and just spend your money on boosting the ×4 ×5 and the giant luck. And then these down here are for your mythical stone grinding. So with that being all said, your titanium ingots, you shouldn't really be using, and I did this a lot, using this titanium ore on the lower eggs. I mean, you can, it's not necessarily bad, but it's definitely a lot slower. You could be saving them and then eventually using them on these ones up here and getting way more stones with the added boost. Because if I go into my stats now, I can see here stones for mining, 446%. And then I think, yeah, that's pretty good. So another thing I wanted to mention too is this, like I kind of mentioned it here, this speed upgrade. It's really good. It can also help you get faster rebirth stones as well with this strategy. So I could have, instead of putting all 13 into here, I could have put some into here. But I decided not to this time. But what I also found was kind of interesting is this upgrade right here, titanium alloy. I might eventually use as well, because if you think about 2%, just one upgrade is 2%. 2% of 1,000, which is you get 1,000 strikes per one of these little upgrades, or the little titanium usages. And 2% of 1,000 is 20. So you're going to get 20 extra hits on average if you just put one into here. Which I might eventually make a build of for this titanium alloy, because I could put 13 upgrades into it, and then that would allow me to get, what is it? Yeah, 26% of all my hits won't be used. So 26% of 1,000 is quite a bit. I think it's like, what? Yeah, it's like 260 extra strikes. So that's pretty good. Oh, that's what I was going to mention about this speed one. It's super good, but you have to keep in mind you're going to be spending a lot more money per second to be running something like this, the increased mining speed. So you have to be aware of that, because right now, what's my mining speed? So 0.64 of a second. So that means you can basically take this number 64 and turn it into percentage base off of what the cost is. So if I'm swinging at this at 0.64 a second, I'm going to be using 64% of a trillion a second, which is $640 billion a second. So that's how you can kind of figure it out, whether you can afford it or not. So right now I technically can't even afford what I'm mining right now, because I'm only making $444 billion a second, and I'm spending $640 billion a second. So you have to keep that in mind as well if you're going to use that boost. But it does, the speed one helps out tremendously, because oops, I keep going in the wrong place. Because it also helps the boost the boost walls, the overdrives on the wall. It boosts everything, actually, your giant luck, everything, you know. So you have to keep considering that. But really, that's all this video is about. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm out of here.